All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. This lesson is entitled, A Great Crashing in the Hills. Okay, a great crashing in the hills. And this caption here, it says, Alert, martial law is coming. UN troops deployed across U.S. as Pentagon prepares for civil unrest. Operation Peacekeeper announced. And this is just a warning video that we know that if you don't already know that the president signed over all pandemics to the World Health Organization. Okay, so the next pandemic that comes, they will be in control of. Okay, and they do have troops. Okay, enlisted troops with the United Nations. All right, so we can see that on the horizon with this so-called bird flu. All right, but not only that, we see that the economy is not doing well. We're having mass layoffs. We're having the CEOs of these major corporations lay off employees. So what really are they up to? More than likely, it's a great crashing in the hills that's coming in order to bring in the digital currency, the digital dollar. Okay.
And the UN, United States of America, are sending, if it is in fact true, that the United Nations are sending troops into the United States of America, you have to ask yourself why, and that's it. All you ever got to do is ask yourself why. Why would they send troops? To me, it's one of two reasons. Either we are preparing for an attack by somebody, and the UN, we need soldiers here to protect us, right? To protect this land. Or martial law is about to be implemented in the United States of America. That seems more likely to me. And why would martial law be implemented into the United States of America if nothing's happening? That means something's about to happen. What's about to happen? What is it that's about to happen that people are going to go so fucking crazy and hit the streets, and it will require the United Nations to step in? Why can't the United States handle its own affairs? If we can handle the affairs of 100 other countries in the world, why can't we handle our own? Why the fuck are they here? Be prepared, you're about to be locked down for some crazy shit. If it is in fact true.
Okay, so you heard that one. Okay, and that's what's coming. All right, they have plans. All right, and more than likely, it's either one of the two. It's going to be either the on the grounds of another pandemic, or they're going to crash this economy. Okay, and bring in the digital currency. All right. Because they brought in all those migrants. You have to understand that for a reason. And here's the reason right here.
What's really going on? Spoiler alert, it's not pretty. As Jim Ferguson exposed in this interview, they're actually United Nations trained army soldiers being paid and delivered by the United Nations. Now, Greg Reese did a great job clipping this soundbite together. I encourage you to watch the whole thing, but here are some unbelievable takeaways from Jim's interview, and here's just a highlight. Take a look.
This isn't normal. There's something not right. This isn't just refugees coming in. These aren't people fleeing from some kind of war zone. These are predominantly men, aged between 25 and 35, young fighting-age men, as my old boss Nigel Farage once referred to them, and I think he's right. John, what do you think's going on here, mate?
So I can tell you these are UN soldiers and they will be deployed by the WHO when they announce the next pandemic lockdown. That's what's going to happen. They've been trained by British soldiers. They've been trained by the Black Watch Regiment. They were training them in Antalya in Turkey and in the east of Ukraine. They're predominantly down to sergeant ranks. They're then shipped to France. They all sign the Official Secrets Act. Then they're ferried over. If you were fleeing war and tyranny, I don't know about you, but I would certainly take my wife and children with me. They're most precious. They're my prized asset. You know, they're everything to me. If you're going to war, you go to war with the lads. They're going to be deployed. They will be deployed.
Sean, I mean, you say you spoke to people in the Black Watch. I mean, the Black Watch, a very famous, regiment.
Yes.
Are they actually going along with this?
They've got no choice. Well, I kind of said, why are you doing it? And he said, soldiers follow orders. What you're going to see is the following. We'll have a minister somewhere in cabinets suddenly come up with a great idea on how we're going to get these guys to contribute to help us. And they're going to put them in uniforms. So a couple of people have told me these uniforms are burgundy. Others have told me they're UN blue. I really don't know. I guess we'll see when they deploy them. They are going to be deployed. Because otherwise, if they announce another lockdown, what would everyone say? They'd say bollocks, and they'd go about their business, wouldn't they? They're going to need armed young men in uniform to try and enforce it. Why do they import young men from the East? Because traditionally, if you want to kill and tyrannize white people, you put black soldiers in, because there's a cultural disassociation, and that's their method. That's the way these globalists are going to do it.
In America, when it was a colony of the United Kingdom, of Britain, there was a revolution against British colonial rule.
That's right.
A lot of people didn't realise, but it was only 3% of those people in America that overthrew the British forces and basically got rid of them. 3% of the population, John.
I look forward to it. I'm ready. I can't wait, because I know it's going to be the beginning of the end for them. I do foresee victory. I see that at very great cost. But we will see it. And I think the world will become closer than ever when we do.
So as you can see, what he's telling you is that those migrants that have been sent over here are going to be UN soldiers. Okay? All right? And they're going to enforce law in America. Okay? So this is what's coming soon to American soil, okay? In order to quell the violence that's going to break out in America, okay? All of this has been prophesied to happen, okay? All right? Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, a time like no other, okay? All right. But this just happened the other day. All right.
In Santiago, how the government in Cuba information
Banks in Cuba
that no one is speaking. Breaking news.
Failed.
Listen to me right now. You need to listen to this important information that no one is speaking about it. Everybody is ignoring this. Cuba is running out of money. All the banks in Cuba are running out of money. This can happen in USA too. Listen, that's how the government is going to start taking power. This man right here has 3 days trying to take money out of the bank, and he haven't, because all the ATMs says out of service. Listen to this reporter straight from Cuba. What is going on right now?
Streets once again last Sunday in Santiago de Cuba and also in other areas near Santiago. So hundreds of people took to the streets in response to electric power outages that are controlled by the state and the regime. Also food crisis. In Cuba there is very little food for the amount of millions of people that are on the island. And so Cubans since began practicing once again at the stage of thousands of protesters their activism. They've been engaging in rights that they don't have, but they've been demanding that they have a right to talk and to engage with each other and the public and the international community on their complaints with the current government, which is repression, which is silence, a lot of propaganda. And so the Cubans are out on the streets. Once again, it's getting hotter and hotter. It's almost, summer, and there's very little power. There's old technology that is somewhat comparable to old 1950s cars. And so you don't have an efficient electric system. And you have a electric system that's controlled by the state, that is at times weaponized by the state, just like food is weaponized by the state. So the economic conditions, I don't want your viewers to think it is something that is just happening naturally. No, this is something controlled internally by the Cuban regime. And most of the time.
So as you can see over there in Cuba, they're having banking issues. All right. Okay. And this also will bring forth the troops. Okay. All right. I'll show you another one from there.
4 days ago, the entire island country of Cuba woke up to their bank accounts being empty. That's right. 4 days ago, the entire island country of Cuba woke up to their bank accounts being empty. That's right. No money in the bank for the entire country, all of the residents. Now look, if you don't have VPN, get it. Put it on your phone and your computers. Because if it's a system crash.
So, as you can see, this is happening globally. All right. Let me show you another one from Australia.
Later this year. Within customers and staff closing Bank West has shocked customers and staff, closing every one of its 60 branches. Within months, banking will have to be done online, but elderly and regional customers say that will force them to switch.
The doors closed early at all Bank West branches today. While staff were told the doors would be shut for good later this year. With every branch to be shut, customers will need to use online and phone banking or go elsewhere.
What the hell am I going to do now?
I needed to do some transaction. I can't do it on the online. What am I supposed to do?
Pretty irritated, to be honest. All my accounts are with Bank West.
It's estimated 300 staff will be impacted at 45 branches. They'll close by October. 15 in regional WA will be converted to the Commonwealth Bank, whether customers like it or not. Bank West says this isn't a sign of its demise, rather a signal of its exciting digital future. In the last 3 years, we've seen.
So you hear that? That's the future for the world. Okay, we're going digital, and eventually we're going to get to the MOTB, where everyone is going to have to get the implant in their hand. But first, it's going to be through the digital ID. They have a digital ID already here. Okay. They want you to get it through. If you lose your job, you have to get it through the unemployment office. So they got you, one of those capture deals there where you lose your job. Well, of course, you're going to want your money. So you go down there and they say, well, hey, we need to scan your face. All right. So that's what's coming. All right. And the digital ID. All right. So the scriptures do not lie. In Revelations 13 and 16, we'll go ahead and read that. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, so everyone on the planet Earth, okay, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, the mark, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. You won't be able to buy or sell. Okay, that's the point. All right. Save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you're going to have to get down with the Roman Empire, the beast system, because we're still in the Roman Empire. Okay, it's been revised. That's why when you go down to Washington, D.C., you see the monuments of the Edomites there in existence. Okay, they're the same monuments are in Petra, Jordan, in Mount Seir, okay? In Petra, Jordan, just Google Petra, and you'll see the same monuments that are on the National Mall, okay? Our Treasury building in there. That pretty much lets you know who's ruling the planet. It's the so-called white man. All right, okay. So yeah, we're headed in this direction of where they're gonna send those troops out. They're giving us the warnings. All right. So this is just a warning video because we are the watchmen of the Lord to warn you. All right.
And riots in the United States of America. And riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law in the United States. But more than that, the collapse of the US dollar, since this is the international currency, is going to create panic in the weak currency areas of the world. Indonesian rupiah, the Bangladeshi taka, the Pakistani rupee. There's going to be panic as people struggle and rush to dump their paper. If the US dollar collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember, this is the international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss in the United States in particular. White America losing most of its wealth. That you can close your eyes and anticipate panic in the United States of America and riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law in the United States. But
so there you have it. Okay. All right. So those troops, they're letting you know that these migrants are being sent over here to police us, to basically quell the panic, as he was just stating. Okay, because it's going to be all out hell out here. Okay. So we go to Ezekiel 7 in verses 1. And it reads, Moreover, the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord power unto the land of Israel. And the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it come. Okay, so the elites, the Luciferians, the ones that rule and own America, which would be the elites on small hats, okay, in Israel, okay, a lot of them, they own a lot of the corporations in America. They have decided to make the switch. They pretty much control the central banks and most of the major banks that are in America. Okay, they own it. Okay, they run it. All right, so they have decided to bring forth a digital currency. All right, and it's going to cause all out hell in America, because you can see how it was over there in Cuba. All right, where the people were marching and going crazy. Can you imagine how that's going to be if people can't get their money out of the banks? It's going to be hell. Okay. All right, we go to Zephaniah 1 in verses 10. All right, and this is the featured scripture. All right, Zephaniah 1 and 10, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord. This is a prophecy to come to pass, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and the howling of the second, and a great crashing in the hills. So there's going to be a great crashing in the hills coming. All right. Verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Maktesh was a trading post. Okay. For silver. Okay. Now we have the stock market. Right. Okay. 12. Verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles. The Lord is sending forth his angels, and he's identifying the elect. Okay, that's what it's saying. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men, you Israelites, that's who he's talking to, that are settled on their lees. You heard the message, but you didn't do nothing with it. You didn't care. That say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore, their good shall become a booty, because it's going to be all out hell out here, and the Lord ain't going to protect you. Okay. Their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but no but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Okay. So it's the day of the Lord. The Lord is going to bring this forth. All right. So this is just a warning to you. We'll go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. All right, because he's going to protect his elect during that time. All right, 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. And it reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Why they gonna fight? Because they ain't gonna have nothing. You know, all the stores are gonna empty out, and everybody's gonna be every man for himself. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because they're going to be lockdowns. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and the modern day sword is a gun, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's coming. Okay. All right. So we'll go to Hosea 4 and 6, and that's the reason why we go out here and preach this word, to warn our people about what's to come. All right, because all these prophecies are going to come to pass. Okay, Hosea 4 and 6, it says, My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And the Lord is talking to the children of Israel, mainly the men of Judah. Okay, the men of Judah and the men of the tribes. Okay, because we are to be the priests of the earth. Okay, all right, and he's saying that he's gonna reject you if you reject him. All right, so that's the reason why we're telling you don't have no choice. You have to serve the Lord, or the Lord's spirit is not going to be upon you in the evil day, if you understand that. Okay. Proverbs 1 and 23. Proverbs 1 and 23. Okay. It says, Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. He stretches out his hand by way of his men, the prophets, the men that are on the highways and hedges teaching the word. But ye have set at not all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Okay, man, I don't need that. I ain't no Israelite. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. The calamities are coming. It's going to come. Okay, they're going to shut down America. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahshai. They would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple, this knowledge that's right here in the scriptures that we're telling you, shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because it doesn't matter how much money you make, the money that you make in America is going to soon be worthless. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. Okay? Because there's going to be a famine, okay, that's going to come in the land. All right? And the Lord is going to be with his servants, the men that have been doing the work and doing his will. Okay? And they're going to eat. All right? The Lord says that. Isaiah 65 and verses 11. Isaiah 65 and 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop. Okay, the troop's coming. And that furnish the drink offering unto that number. So the Lord is going to allow you to be sacrificed. Okay. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. So the Lord is going to sacrifice you on this side, because he's going to preserve his elect alive. Okay? All right? So we have to repent and turn to the Most High, because they're going to bring forth either this shutdown. That's what they're telling us. They're going to bring this shutdown, whether it be by another pandemic or by shutting these banks down. We see the banks closing on a regular basis. Oh, this bank has shut down. This bank is shut down. You know, I mean, we can see the handwriting on the wall that they're going to bring in a new system. Okay. All right. Proverbs 22 and 2. And it's going to lead to the beast system, and that includes the MOTB, the mark. Okay. Proverbs 22 and 2. Yeah, Proverbs 22 and 3, Salakia. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So you have to listen to the men of the Lord, the men at Great Millstone, the elders, the apostles on down. Okay. All right. So I end here at Psalms 91. All right. Psalms verse 91. All right. And we'll start at 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right. And then we go down to 14. It says, because Psalms 91 and 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. Okay, so the name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord is going to protect his servants, the elect. Okay, all right, from these plagues that are coming upon the earth. All right, and which is going to be instituted by Esau Edom. He's going to bring them forth. All right, to bring forth his new world order. All right, so turn to the Lord, seek the Lord in prayer, and for the men of the Lord, be diligent in this truth, learn this truth, and go out and teach it. And with that, I say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and Shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.